I think I recognize that voice, but I can't be sure.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you from behind that curtain.
Sorry for being a nosy Nancy. Hayden's an old friend of mine, and this sounded all too familiar. Has anything happened to him? I hate to be the one to tell you, but privacy screens are hardly soundproof. However, if this situation concerns us both, perhaps we can help each other. Of course, I've not yet introduced myself. My name is Dr. Yannick Fairlight, and I'm the founder and former CEO of System 1 Software, now owned by Parallax.
He is telling the truth, at least as far as I can intuit from information on the meshnet. And I do recall Hayden mentioning a Dr. Fairlight, at least once in passing at some point.
See, I don't bite. I won't press you for details, but perhaps I could be of some assistance, I remember my association with Hayden fondly, and I'd be happy to help in any way I can. What do I want? It would be nice to be young again, play the darling of the company, court prince and pauper alike. But right now, someone I grew very fond of is in great danger. I simply wish to see Hayden home again, safe. The chair you find me in is an advanced diagnostic and life support run. Its development is one of my hobbies, so to speak. It monitors my vitals and administers medications as necessary to keep my body stable. I likely would have perished long ago without it, or at least would have been severely bedridden. It requires frequent maintenance, and I'm here to have it examined. There's a particular fellow at this hospital who is the only one I trust to run the correct diagnostics and fine-tune things to my exact needs. It's the same way you might get your car serviced, making sure everything's in check. It's too integral to my health to count on just luck. Unfortunately, many critically injured patients were rushed into surgery all at once, and my appointment has been pushed back. The hospital administrators placed me here with a resting patient so as not to be disturbed by the chaos outside. I don't think they expected you to awaken quite as quickly as you did. I can think of a few ways. I still have some contacts in Parallax and can put out some quiet feelers. Maybe they'll know something. I will admit, I don't have much to offer until there's more information. Is there anything you can tell me? I'd like to help in any way I can. What did you find at Hayden's apartment?
The first time we went, nothing. But when we went back to extract his computer's data cache, the place had been pillaged, and the human revolution had spray-painted slogans all over our walls. Hayden's computer was gone, and we were assaulted. And now we're here, injured and losing our trail with each passing second. We're still frustratingly in the dark and running out of time. I fear Hayden is slipping out of reach. I am failing him.
I'm very sorry to hear that. I wish I could do more. Hayden's company was most enjoyable. Yes, as I've mentioned, Parallax acquired my company, System 1 Software. I accepted a CTO position, and additionally served on Parallax's board for difference of opinion about the direction the organization should take. The non-centralized data scheme for most ROMs used today seemed ludicrous at the time. We were playing with fire, dangerous, morally ambiguous fire, and well, we hadn't invented a bucket of water. So when Parallax's servers were destroyed by hobbyist hackers, well, needless to say, it was a PR nightmare. Everything halted until we could get the damage fixed. And since the security work that goes into maintaining the integrity of near-impenetrable meshnet is astronomically expensive, we had our share of disagreements. In the end, I was voted off the board and they went on without me. Do I have hard feelings? Of course, who wouldn't? In the end, though, it really doesn't matter. I'm an old rich man with enough hobbies to last the next 2 decades. His research? No, not so much. I remember at the time he had interest in advanced machine sapience, but that is the realm of science fiction. He once showed me a prototype of his. She was quite clever, very convincing, but you could tell she did not contain the spark of life. I assume that you are another of his creations.
Yes, I am. I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Turing. Did you say she?
Yes. She was quite insistent on that fact over the course of my conversation with her. Hayden said that she had picked out the color for her casing herself, pastel pink. Still, I must assume you are far more advanced than she if you're spearheading the search for your creator. Perhaps I should have had more faith in Hayden's little hobby.
Do you know what became of her, or where she might be now? Hayden has told me so little of his past research.
I'm sorry, Turing. It was a long time ago, and I'm afraid my memory is not what it used to be. If any of my contacts in Parallax make mention of your erstwhile sibling, I'll pass it on to you.
Thank you, Dr. Fairlight.
Hayden and I made our acquaintance when the two companies first underwent the merger. At the time, he was a young, hotshot researcher working in the search data correlation sector. He was assigned to find the best ways to integrate Parallax's own collection and analysis tools into System 1's LIPS operating system. He was a bit much to handle at times, honestly, but I admired his passion for the subject.
It It's been very interesting speaking to you, Dr. Fairlight.
I suppose I should respect you for your honesty, though it may be ill-informed. I'll be blunt with you. You've uncovered a deeply unsettling mystery. I doubt this has a happy ending. My connections could prove more valuable to you and your safety than you realize. Rudeness aside, I only have the intention of helping my old friend.
It seems a bit unproductive to say no.
Now, if you're willing to hear me out, I think I might have a lead in mind for you two. You said you found human revolution slogans spray-painted on the walls. I am acquaintances with the man leading the current human revolution protests at the Genus Clinic. His name is Brian Mulberry. After an introduction from me, he may be willing to shine some light on that particular event. When I exited Parallax, I sought out like-minded individuals. Brian Mulberry was one such person. We did not succeed in our efforts, obviously. Come to think of it, that event might have been what prompted Brian to take a more radical stance against technology. But yes, our motivations aligned for one brief time, and I gained his respect from it. Hopefully, that can be useful for you. Of course. Please, do not let me delay you any further. Good luck, Turing. I don't think Hayden's faith in you is misplaced. You are an impressive piece of technology.
Thank you, Dr. Fairlight. We'll be in touch. Should I call downstairs to have you discharged?
You are one lucky dog. Didn't I tell you to be careful? Do you get it now? I can't be around to pull your ass out of the fire all the time anymore. I don't even know how I would have handled the Board of Inquiry or your sister if you'd actually been hurt.
I'm sorry, Detective Rivers. Our assailant got the drop on us due to my negligence and lack of technical prowess. This is all because of my failure. Blame me. It's my fault.
Sure, because the robot fresh off the assembly line is going to know how to handle this kind of thing better than the supposedly hard-boiled journalist you're carting around.
Well, to be honest, Detective Rivers, I think I'll tell you the whole truth, since my friend here trusts you. Keep it under your hat, though, metaphorically. I am no ordinary ROM, but actually a prototype designed to be the first fully sapient machine. I suspect creating me is the main factor behind Hayden's disappearance, beyond his day-to-day research for Parallax. My My name is Turing.
Whew. Okay. Hi, Turing. Well, that is a damn bigger problem than you first let on, huh, old pal? The first machine sapient. People are gonna have things to say about that. Especially the human revolution. Ugh. This is exactly what I wanted to avoid. You sure know how to get yourself dropped in the drink. Just get it together, both of you. I don't want you to get hurt, and it sounds like you're stumbling into a really dangerous situation. Plus, I'm starting to think that you were right. Someone higher up in the department is trying to delay any search into Hayden's disappearance. Here's the story. Apparently, the investigations you ran into this morning were about the lock on the apartment door being reported broken by a neighbor. The building couldn't reach Hayden, so they went ahead and got it fixed on their own, but the NSFPD sent a bot to check things out and guard the place for a while afterward, right? Standard procedure, treating it as a break-in. Have someone there for when Hayden shows up. Obviously, you and I know there's a bigger story. But when I filled out the missing person report, I was informed in no uncertain terms that I am to wait an entire 48 hours before I can upgrade the existing case. Why? Just on the off chance the door being busted and Hayden being missing are unrelated and my search screws something up for the completion of the break-in report. As if. There's a problem if you're so by the book you're getting paper cuts. And that was before all of this happened. The chief's not happy about whoever took the bot out. That's who they're after now. They won't even care if Hayden never shows.
Today's assault and the vandalization of our apartment will only make the entire situation more confusing and sensitive for the police.
There's too many moving parts to piece anything together, and it's not fun trying to argue with the bureaucrats that one thing happened over another. These little incidents of smashing shit and spray paint sound more like Froyo Stand 2.0 to them than a serious abduction.
And I suppose I won't be very useful as a witness to the kidnapping without explaining the makeup of my being to the entire department, which will only scandalize things further. Darn it all!
Look, it's not being squashed completely, so I don't think anyone's been bought. But until there's undeniable proof Hayden was taken by force, they're gonna care more about the poor doorknob and some paint on the walls than him being missing. Which means somebody definitely has some influence, enough to buy themselves time by forcing me to follow protocol to a T. Not that I will, but I'm gonna have to keep things quiet.
It sounds like it's going to be up to us.
Yeah, so stop messing around. There's certainly a story here, but if you keep botching your moves, you'll blow it. I'd really rather you not be involved at all, but I know that isn't gonna happen at this point. I've got a bad feeling people are gonna end up dead over this. I don't want you to be one of them, buddy. And I really don't want to be the one making that call to your sister. Please. Fine, you got it. Just here. Take this. Use it if you have to.
It's not. This is a medium-range electrolaser pistol. It uses a low on the target, then discharges a considerable amount of current into the air. Think of it as a wireless taser of the older variety. This is a more suitable personal defense weapon, and it is legal to carry in the OSF without a license. The neural scrambler we were attacked with uses a powerful electromagnetic field to disrupt electrical signals in the target's nervous system. That's far more dangerous and prone to be permanently damaging to the target. You got lucky.
I told you to get a weapon, but you didn't, so I picked it up on the way here. Be smart with it. Me either. I'll be in touch if I find anything out, but don't hold your breath. My superiors are gonna keep leaning on me to do nothing. Back to the grind, I guess. See ya. Stay safe.
Thank you for your time, Detective Rivers. You should talk to the receptionist and formally check out before we go anywhere. We should also look for Dr. Fairlight's assistant, Mr. Decker. He should be somewhere around. Good. Isn't Cassie the best? That taste is so refreshing, right? Very good. Isn't Cassie the best? That taste is so refreshing, right? Very good. Isn't Cassie the best? That taste is so... Very good. That taste is so refreshing, right? Very good. Isn't Cassie... That taste is so... Very good. Isn't Cassie...
Oh, wow. Well, that's quite a thing you've got there. Hello, the name's Leon Decker. It's a pleasure to meet you. Fairlight messaged ahead that I needed to pass one of his cards on to you. Here. Thanks for taking your time with him. He really gets in one of his moods when the chair's getting fixed. The last gala he organized was full of unsavory types. He's probably happy to help folks whose pockets aren't deeper than their thoughts. No problem. I'll be around if you know where to look. You have a good day now.
Patient? My records indicate that you have been admitted for possible cranial trauma. You should currently be in your assigned bed resting. While I am truly delighted to see that you have regained consciousness, I must insist that you return to your room to be examined by a medical professional immediately. Does not compute.
Hey! Rude!
Ahem. Which is to say, I am programmed to focus only on your well-being, regardless of any and all expletives that may be thrown at me.
Where does that phrase even come from? Bucket of bolts? I really don't think I have enough bolts in me to fill a bucket. Maybe a few at the joints, but most of my construction involves screws and plas weld.
I must ask that you please return back to your room. I will update your ROM when a doctor is en route. Very well. I am prohibited by law from detaining you here against your will, patient. But you should note in your release paperwork that willful early termination of medical services releases this hospital and its parent company, ZHC, from legal liability should your condition persist or worsen outside of our care. Additionally, all test and medical data from your visit will be shared with our standard partners to help improve our services and offerings and to keep the price affordable. I am further required to inform you that this visit has expended the last of your year's governmentally mandated healthcare credits. Lastly, you will be required to provide payment or proof of private insurance for any further visits for routine or emergency medical care. Please take care to fill out all forms thoroughly and accurately, and do have a nice day.
Your medical billing makes me glad I'm synthetic. You should look for more paying journalism work before you get shot again. Well, we're free to leave. Why not head back home first, yes? I'm sure you'd like the chance to shower at least. For such a clean place, it sure seems to have left you feeling foul. You look good. If you're feeling up for it, we should go find Tomcat and tell them about what happened. They should still be waiting for us at Stardust. Oh, by the way, while you were showering, I was able to replant your Crassula ovata. Don't forget to talk to it and give it some love. When I try talking to it, it doesn't even notice I'm there. Either way, our next move is Stardust. You're just being vicious. I think it just shriveled a little. Why do you even still keep it? You're just being... Ready to head out?
Welcome to the Neo Sound. How may I be of assistance today? Please give me a few moments to get in contact with Detective Rivers. Thank you for your patience, citizen. Detective Rivers will be here shortly to speak to you. Please have a seat.
Hey again. What can I do for the two of you? You know, since I don't have anything else on my plate in a major city full of crime in the middle of a culture war. I'd berate you for wasting my time, but frankly, I needed a break anyway. Other than being overworked and underpaid, I'm doing just fine. It's been a while since we've just hung out, so what do you want to know? Nah, not really. I'm real busy, you know, running around chasing bad guys. This isn't a pulp novel. The detective doesn't always get the girl in real life, you know. I'd rather focus on my work. You ever talk to your sister, by the way? Yeah? Yeah, maybe I should. Ah, hell. It was a lot of reasons. I don't know if you remember that incident back home, the hybrid ex-Marine that was murdering people. Well, I couldn't tell you back then, but that was my case. I kinda threw myself into it too hard. Made it too personal. Broke too many rules. The chief had my back, but I felt I'd burned too many bridges. It's a small city, and once the rumor mill got going... Well, I was afraid I'd either be made out to be a hero or a villain, and I didn't really want to be either. Never mind the fact that people already didn't like me too much because of my implants. Some people really buy into that eyes are the window to the soul thing. So I figured I'd move to the big city, where the big crimes are, right? Lose myself in the hustle and bustle. Turns out I'm still a bit too much of a cowboy for the NSFPD, but I don't regret the move. Most of the time. Well, thanks for keeping tabs on me. We'll have to sit down for coffee after this is all over. You be sure to come back if you find something I can use.
Those wipers look scary, pointed out like that.
Coming in?
I don't think touching him will get us anywhere. I don't think
That is an ID. Is this supposed to impress me? I already saw it. You're good. So that's where that smell was coming from. Welcome to Stardust.
Hey, good to see you back. What can I do for you? Yeah? It's a little slow tonight. Things pick up and I get pulled away. You should chat with my boyfriend, Gus. That's what a ROM is for. I'm a people person, and that's what matters, right? I can just look up all that other stuff. Sure thing. Don't be a stranger.
Oh, awesome! I'm always looking for more musical talent. Sorry, I don't think we've met before. I'm Gus. You have a really cool ROM. How's Stardust treating you? Yeah, I like a more intimate setting myself, but Majid makes sure the place has good energy. You'll have to let me or him know if you need any help. We try to run a tight ship around here. Hayden? Oh, you're who Majid mentioned before, huh? Oh, no, sorry. I've met him since he's a regular, but I've been out and about on business. Haven't seen him in weeks. I wish I could help more. Oh, there isn't much to tell, really. I came to Neo-SF from Arizona to finally live somewhere more thrilling. Majid needed someone good with numbers to handle back-of-the-house sort of stuff. So, here I am. I didn't grow up in big cities like this, and I always loved listening to Majid's stories from the Bay. Everything is just so exciting. Okay, I'm gonna get back to this, but don't feel bad if you need to interrupt me for something. Sure thing. Enjoy the bar.
Hey, y'all. How goes the search? Like a turtle crawled up your butt, made it all the way up to your mouth, and started snapping double time? What's with you?
Try not to take it personally. We have been through quite a lot since we last met. I think we're both still recovering.
Sorry to hear it. You want to tell me about it without spewing more fire?
It took us too long to get back inside the apartment. We were too late. Not only was the data cache gone, but my home had been pillaged and destroyed too. Everything was wrecked.
Shit. Well, I can't say I saw that one coming. I figured that they'd nab anything they needed the first time they hit the place. Huh. Any ideas who it could have been?
The walls had been spray painted with many grotesque human revolution slogans. It is possible that Hayden was targeted by the organization for his work at Parallax. While my development may have been a secret, he is rather well known for his work on virtual intelligence data. A layman would not understand the critical differences between myself and a VI, nor do I think the average human revolution member would care to make the distinction. Equally likely, it is an effort to throw us off the trail of who's actually done this. Right! Dr. Fairlight was very kind to point us in the direction of the Human Revolution protest leader. Hopefully we'll be able to get to the bottom of this after interviewing him.
Yannick Fairlight? When'd you run into him?
We were ambushed at the apartment and got hit with some kind of neural stunner.
What? Are y'all okay?
Yes. We made it to the nearby hospital, and Dr. Fairlight happened to be occupying the station, then came here.
Well, shit. Things sure are getting more serious than I first thought. Y'all need to keep a sharp eye out. Being attacked means the bastards know you're looking now.
I'm confident in our ability to push on.
I can't say I know much about the man. Fairlight always was a bit of a shut-in, even back when he ran System 1, his old company. He didn't make any more public appearances after the merger between them and Parallax, but he was still working with them for 6 or so years past that. Nowadays, he shows up in the news once in a blue moon for some charity thing or another. But, well, it's all just rumor, but I've heard he holds a grudge about it hotter than the Clantons after the Earps. I'd take care to look this particular horse in the mouth real close if I was you. Good. Now to lighten the mood. While y'all were chasing your tails, I managed to find a way into the Parallax network. Once I'm in, I should be able to dig out Hayden's personal info file easily enough, including anything related to him on all security clearance levels. If Parallax has anything on Hayden's situation, it'll be in there.
Fantastic, Tomcat. I knew Hayden's faith in you was not misplaced. How long do you think it will take you?
Well, that's where the rubber meets the road. Parallax actually has considerably better net security than the last time I cracked in. I'm gonna need physical access. I've got a good idea where a node for us to slice into is, but it ain't exactly in a nice part of town. In fact, police have basically wrote it off as a lost cause. Not enough profit in it. I know Jess has some contacts in that area. She's that girl that chewed you a new rear when y'all first came here. Yeah, it's a tough sell, but she might be able to help y'all get in and out of that part of the city without ending up in a parts bin at an organ shop. That's the spirit. I need a little time to get all my tools together to slice into Parallax's network, but y'all keep me updated. Maybe y'all get lucky and find that data cache too. But I ain't gonna count on it. Jess is still hanging around here at Stardust, but I saw her head over to the VIP room. It's hybrid night and she's a popular gal. Just please remember to play nice or her friends will thump you something fierce. I'll send Jess a message letting her know that y'all are looking for some assistance and we'll see what happens. Sure thing, huh? I've got to head on out of here and get started on setting up the run. Just have turn, let me know when y'all are ready.
Oh, I see Jess over there behind some ropes. Let's go over and say hi to her.
Oh, hell no. Look, I'm really trying to have a good time today, and the Human Revolution crud muffins have made that very hard for me. And your interrogation this morning took a bad day to worse. I asked around about you, Journo, and I don't have anything to say to you. The last thing I need is you prodding at me without telling me you're press. Besides, the VIP section is only for hybrids and friends on hybrid night, and no way am I vouching for you. Hey, bouncer! We got a capital A asshole over here!
You heard her. Let's go.
How rude! She didn't even give us a chance to explain ourselves. We have to get back in there and try to be reasonable. Surely she will see the importance of our task once we've explained everything. But that bouncer probably won't let us back in. Perhaps we should try befriending someone nearby and convince them to vouch for us? It's a statistical long shot, but the worst case scenario shouldn't leave an excessive amount of physical damage. before messing with you again. Good thing, too.
Hey, no custom controllers. Door bouncer must be slacking to let you come in carrying that.
Don't bug people.
Give me a few minutes, okay?
I'm serious. Annoying them...
Hey, good to see you back. What are you having? Let me look up how to make that.
Dictionary, the Open Alcoholopedia says...
Oh, I got this, sweetie.
Wait,
Sometimes I think I'm just holding up the bar rather than running it.
No, I just memorized all the drinks. You're better with the customers. This one is...
Thanks, son. Here you go.
How did you know what I was planning on ordering? Well, at least keep me company while I drink it. I'm Caitlin. I'm usually a lot more sociable. Things have just been rough today. My brother's going through gene therapy. He still has to go in at least twice a week for health and maintenance. There are Human Revolution protesters outside the clinic making it even harder for him. They're always outside harassing anyone coming in. It's exhausting. Yeah, maybe. But then what? They'll be standing outside some other clinic bothering someone else. I don't know what somebody like me could do. I just wish they'd be a little more thoughtful. It doesn't cost anything to be nice, and besides, Genus doesn't make the laws. They should be at the Capitol like anyone who is serious about making a change. I guess those bullies in high school were actually really efficient thinkers. Well, I think I've had enough noise and socializing for tonight. Thanks for the drink and the conversation, but I think I'm gonna head out. Have a good night.
Hey, good to see you back. What can I do for you? What are you having? Remind me, what's in that?
Dictionary, the Open Alcohol...
Oh, I got this. This one is...
Thank you, hon. Hey, hon,
This one is...
Rawr. Thank you, hon. Here you go.
Well, look who has good taste. I'm Sylvan. What's a wet drink like yourself doing here? Well, thanks for the drink. The club is a little dead tonight, so it's nice. Oh, I don't know. There might be a few in here. I mean, I wouldn't want to toot my own horn too loudly, but I know how to have a good time. If that's what you're looking for, anyway. Oh, I bet you could. I bet you could. I'm a fortune teller and astrologist. I spend most of my day reading palms, tarot cards, and bad magazines. It's not glamorous, but when the drunk patrons come in, I also see people over the mesh all the time. I don't complain that a part of my identity is also good marketing. And whenever I read a Taurus, they give bonus tips, so that's nice. Does the human revolution really believe that ears and tails will bring the doom of all humanity? The answer is, not in the sense you probably mean. Through study and practice, I feel closer to my community, and some of the hybrids have a reverence associated with the rituals, at least when it's just us. The rituals I do for others, it's like the trial version, the stuff we show newbies to see if they like it. Turns out, a lot of folks like getting their palm read. I won't lie, you've piqued my interest, Tiger. Why don't you come with me to the VIP room? Excellent. I'll lead the way.
Didn't I say to beat it?
We're guests of Sylvan. They said we could join them.
All right. But it's on them.
Hey! You have an incoming call, priority marked as urgent.
That's a shame. I'll be here if you change your mind.
Excellent. Sorry for making up the call. I'm still getting used to the whole subterfuge thing you humans do. However, we can take another run at having a conversation with Jess. We have a dragon to slay. Onward!
You again.
I'm ashamed to say I've gone on a few assy spike benders in my time.
The worst thing you can do to a hybrid is walk up and try to pet them.
Billy put a lot of effort into... Where did you get that? Did you meet the bastard? And you're back. You know, as soon as I first saw you, I hoped you'd be dropped like a bad packet off the mesh net and I'd never have to see you ever again. So of course, I just got off the phone with Tomcat, practically begging me to help you out. You aren't so good at the long-term play thing, are you? No, really. Say it again. Louder. Let every hybrid in this club know that you get off on mocking them. You assholes are all the same. Let's just get one thing straight here. I'm only willing to talk to you because I owe Tomcat. I don't owe you shit. So if you want my help, you gotta do something for me. If you got a problem with that, tough. My neighborhood, my help, my rules. You know what makes me charitable? I agree to talk to people like you again to get things done. So watch your tone, ass butt, or I'll bounce you faster than the net spits out new slang for teenagers. I need you to break up those Human Revolution protests, the ones at the Genus Clinic on Market Street. I'd like this handled with some stealth, not that I expect you to know what discreet means. Either way, just get it done. I got clients in the middle of treatment cycles, and this media circus is making their lives difficult. That means it's making my life difficult. Let the bastards go march somewhere else, like Washington. Not here. Oh, so funny. The cat jokes never get old, ever. Comedy frickin' gold. Get out. Break up those protests, and then we'll talk.
All right, it sounds like we know what we need to do next. Let's go to Market Street and break up those protests for Jess. I don't think Well, there are the protesters. I have to admit that I still find the vandalism of Hayden's apartment puzzling. The protests themselves have been entirely peaceful so far, and the Human Revolution, regardless of the flimsy philosophical ground they stand on, are not a group known for projecting their ideology through unlawful means. The more I research them, the more I have to admit to the statistical conclusion that we're either dealing with a deceptive covert operations scenario, or less likely, a radical splinter group. Still, I doubt it will hurt to ask around. Brian Mulberry is there in the center. Fairlight said he was the one to talk to, and my mesh searches confirm that he is the leader of the local chapter of the Human Revolution organization. He's a bit player on the national scene, but he seems charismatic and camera-conscious from the video clips I've reviewed. Perhaps we could use that to our advantage? We shouldn't go too deep into the crowd. Be slow actions are terrible.
You, don't move. Drop the weapon.
No, wait! We don't have time for this! What have you done? I guess I overestimated your ability to handle this investigation. I'll have to figure out what the next steps are on my own.
Your contribution to the cause is greatly appreciated.
No, that's ours. You can't take it.
Oh, thank heavens. Hello there! Would you like to hear about the dangers of our country's unchecked use of genetic modification? I have pamphlets. Here, take one. Oh, yes, Yannick called and said something about an investigation into an apartment break-in. He didn't elaborate, and I'm not sure how I might be able to assist with this. But if Yannick is involved, I'll do whatever I can. How can I help?
We found Human Revolution graffiti spray painted all over the apartment, and some things were stolen. I was hoping you might be able to point us in the direction of whoever did it.
Well, the Human Revolution certainly does not condone such actions at all. We're a peaceful organisation, and threatening people is not going to earn us hearts and minds. But, off the record, some of our younger members can be a bit overzealous, as any hot-headed teenager tends to be. I'll look into this matter personally, and if I discover that any of our younger men, I'll also let Yannick know anything I find out. Is there something else? Of course, if you...
Well, that was not as enlightening as I'd hoped it would be. Still, it was a statistically vanishingly unlikely that such a coincidence would lead to Fair enough, if indelicately put. Don't forget, we're still here to actually break up these protests. Let's see if we can't figure out a solution together. Make sure to look around and think carefully. Doing that might make people start to really care about the...
Yannick Fairlight. I've heard of him. Super rich guy? Used to own System 1? Why are you giving me his card?
Yes! He's getting on in years, and it would be useful for when he goes out and about.
Yeah, okay. I guess you can take a peek. Don't bust it, though. I scanned this card, and I swear if you break my ROM, I'll be calling your boss. Here's the RFID key to access it.
Thank you. This will surely be useful for our needs. Shall we go check it out? Doing that might make people... This ROM has multiple different climate control settings. Maybe we could make things a little more festive. Should I switch it to snow mode?
It's snowing? Okay, people, I for one didn't bring any winter wear. Let's call it a day for now.
Excellent work! While I still have doubts about the moral superiority of using subterfuge to disperse a protest, we at least accomplished our goal peacefully. And to be frank, considering how the human revolution is clearly working against my personal interests, I won't waste many clock cycles puzzling that ethical quandary out. Might I draw your attention to those youths over yonder? Counterculture clothing, obvious bad attitudes, and graffiti paraphernalia. Those could be our suspects who damaged my home in the name of revolution. I'm just making an observation. I see one of them is wearing a new set of Bang B-Stroke 129 headphones. Perhaps you can do some research for a review? Oh no, they've noticed our attentions. Come on. We'll never catch them on foot. Hold on, I'm calling for an auto cab of our own. I know it seems a great deal of trouble for such a tenuous lead, but I have a hunch. The wicked flee when no man pursueth. The autocab is estimated to take 5 minutes to arrive. We'll never be able to engage in pursuit fast enough to catch up to them. Perhaps we should call Tomcat. Maybe they can do some bit of techno-wizardry and stop that cab. Your confidence is astounding. Hold while I connect us.
Howdy, folks! How's the search for the data cache going?
Actually, that's what we're calling about, Tomcat. We may have located the perpetrators, but they eluded us and are making their escape in an autocab. We attempted to use a cab of our own to tail them, but it hasn't arrived and they're getting away. Can you hack the cab and stop it?
No can do, little guy. Security on those cabs is tight, and the dang thing will shut down its external net connection long before I get in. Unless... Oh, I have an idea. Sit tight for just a sec. Alright, I went faster than spit on a skillet. I did a job a few years back and had to break into the city's central traffic network? Do me a favor and don't ask why. The back door I drilled into that long ago is still wide open. I'm logging into the traffic management system now. Wait. Oh, shit. They may not have fixed that back door, but they did install a new counter-intrusion VI. Oh, the damn thing is hot on my tail. Right, because all southern folk crow like country music stars. How about I get back to helping you stop that cab now? I gotta take care of this VI. I'm gonna need the two of you to handle the traffic system. Turn, I'm passing control to you. Hold tight. I'm gonna be doing some 2 sets of hands on 1 keyboard kind of hacking. Just push on the map and loading up on Turn's face. Sorry, Turn.
Ooh, they're on the move!
Here's how it works. Use your display map to keep track of their cab and redirect it back to you. You can trigger traffic nodes at intersections so the cab thinks the streets are blocked off. Do it right, and you should be able to steer them right back to you. You just gotta make sure to stop them where you're at, or else they'll just go running off on foot. I'll put a goal marker on the map for you. You can trigger any node on the map at any time, so I'd say you'll have time for 2 moves every time they hit an intersection. If they block every road that leads out of our grid, and watch the places with 3 exits you can't all cover in one go-around. Just hurry. I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to keep this VI from messing on the carpet, and
I'll tap into the cab control. Our top priority is to ensure I'll mark the southern exit as closed first. We only have time to block off. We shouldn't block the route back here. We have to... Once you get them back here, press the... Be careful if you stop their ride anyway. What do you think our next move should be?
Turn, I can't have you talking. It's messing with the signal.
It's up to you now. Don't let those punks escape, and don't trap them anywhere. We can access any... Got it? They're getting away!
Don't panic just yet. I'm definitely a one-shot trick, though. Those VIs are all over the path I used. Be careful, y'all. This is your last shot.
They eluded us and I've lost connection with Tomcat. They must have cut the connection before the VI I did. But perhaps all is not lost. Perhaps we can ask someone to try to find them. That sounds like a good idea. I'll put the pictures in an email and send them along to her. Maybe she can use her police resources in a way that doesn't put things at risk. That's not right. I'm certain I deactivated snow mode. Incoming call from Tomcat.
Ooh, lost you there for a bit. Hey, folks. Jess just called and told me she has a clear way to the access node. She'll get you inside, and I'll walk you through connecting me so I can access the Parallax network. That should help our hunt. Did you get the data cache?
no luck there yet.
Oh, rats. Well, y'all will get it, I'm sure. But we've got to strike while the iron is hot, so it'll have to wait. I managed to trigger an alert within Parallax's network security, and they're going to be moving their logs from one secure server to another. I need y'all in place of that access node before they do. No time for lollygagging.
No problem, Tomcat. We'll make our way there directly after we return to Stardust. We can worry about the weather ROM's malfunction later. Let's go. Our mission for Jess is done. Don't bug it. It already seems...
Welcome to Star.
Don't bug people.
Sorry, but I'm pretty wrapped up in something.
You again?
Garbage right the hell out of here! I will claw your eyes out if you shove that shit in my face ever again! Look, I have my own opinions on this guy, but he's a dangerous guy to deal with regardless of what you think or who you are. One step closer, and I'll have Majid. Hey, I heard from my friends down the street that the protesters are gone. Must have been you, huh? Alright then. I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt and return the favor. Tomcat said that if you got to an old abandoned access node, you might be able to find out what happened to Hayden. I called up a buddy who's on night shift for Parallax tonight. He can buzz you in. But if anything happens, you broke in. This puts us at about even. Don't think about drawing any more debits for a while. Good luck. Keep me out of your shit. Good luck.
I'm serious.
The night turned out to not be a...
This is the place Tomcat said we should head to. Unassuming and quiet. I'll be honest, I don't think I would be in this section of the city without Jess giving us the all clear. The crime statistics are quite alarming, so let us get done with our errand here and move on to safer ground. I am no coward. I resent the accusation. After all, I didn't see you arguing against doing that favor for Jess in the first place. But I don't feel like debating the merits of being prudent with you. Tomcat is waiting for us, and maybe we can wrap this whole investigation up once and for all.